Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up, by leaving a comment, by leaving 2 comments, or by subscribing if you have not already done so. It does help with the algorithm. I have seen a major difference. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. The cryptocurrency market is on the rise once again. Since the start of this week, the entire crypto market has added $100 billion with a B in the last 24 hours as Bitcoin jumped above $54,000 for the first time in 14 days. The second leading cryptocurrency, Ethereum, has also posted strong gains and is above 1,800, almost at 18,000. That would have been kind of crazy. $1,850 on Tuesday. The recent crypto surge has been mostly attributed to increased institutional interest. Bitcoin has now a market cap of more than $1 trillion, as it did before. As you might have assumed, this is quite popular news. Everyone's reporting on it. Bitcoin breaks 54,000. Ethereum and altcoins start a fresh surge. Woo, yay, can't believe it. Bitcoin reclaims $1 trillion market cap as price surpasses 50,000 US dollars once again. I think yesterday we were at, I think it was 49,800 and then it went to 51,000, and here we are. No one should be surprised. I am curious, that's the right word, as to where prices are going to be going, because there's still that really weird battle in the market. Like, you can tell that there are people who are desperately trying to get the price to go back down so that they can acquire for whatever reason, because a lot of the news that we're also going to have is also a lot of Bitcoin adoption news, because of what happens every single day that another new company is buying into the Bitcoin space. But yeah, on top of that, there's a lot of other, whatchamajaggers, a lot of altcoin price news. Can Cardano hit this? Will this coin go to this? Is Litecoin going to $900? And things, along that nature. It says charted XRP form support base. Should bulls prepare for a 70 cent XRP? So now XRP was actually the most discussed news topic said morning, basically because, for those of you not looking at the screen who are doing other things or simply moving around your house and or your car, it says XRP jumps as Ripple's partnership with MoneyGram ends for now. There was a lot of the word isn't even schadenfreude. It's not like this happy that something bad happened to them. It was just the idea that you can look it up. Type in XRP and MoneyGram, and I'm sure it's the trending topic for the day. Basically discussing, why is XRP's price going up when the MoneyGram partnership ended? First of all, MoneyGram was transacting like $1 million worth of XRP. They weren't doing in the billions, tens of billions, hundreds of billions. It was a rather small number. And once again, I think the MoneyGram partnership was only in Mexico and the US. And maybe one other place. So if there was a partnership between Ripple and MoneyGram that was at every single MoneyGram, every single location on the planet, and they lost a partnership, I would go, not looking too good. But this was like a little tiny corridor. Like, imagine like a little tiny door that you open and you can't even get through it because that's how tiny it was. So, but the news is, bad news for Ripple, something bad for Ripple. I mean, it was everywhere. I thought about having, I found 14 articles for it, and I thought about having them here, but I was like, after the third one, I would get tired of clicking. Anyway, so XRP's price is going up despite the MoneyGram thing, because, the rest of the world still exists, and it's not just the United States when it comes to the XRP fiasco. Why Ethereum is primed to revisit $2,000 and a new all-time high. It's because the market's going up, and if Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum's going to go up, and if Ethereum goes up, the other coins are going to go up, and if the other coins go up, then the 2 top coins are going to also go up. And we know that people have still been buying them. Like, it's not like we haven't been getting news. Like, what was the news yesterday? What was that company? They bought $22 million worth of Ether, and then 2 days before that, we had another one. I think we had some grayscale news before that. So yeah, people are still interested even though prices fell. Weird, right? And what's this one? Bitcoin price prediction. Bitcoin ready for a 16% upswing to new record highs. We heard about this the last 3 days. As far as it appears as though Bitcoin is potentially maybe looking to move between the $65,000 and $100,000 range. Quite a large gap between that. But this is the consensus number that we've seen kind of thrown around, saying that once we retake 58,000, which was our previous all-time high, that of course 60,000 is an inevitability. That's the right word. And then we'll get to the point where everyone's like, well, let's hit 65. It's constantly trying to move up to find a new bottom or a new base. I think 47,000 is now considered our new bottom. As in, we tried, or they tried, multiple times to push the price down beneath 47,000 over the course of the last 14 days. It didn't work. Therefore, we move back up because we have established a new base. So yeah, the market's going up. Kind of nice for everyone. I told you all that we were going to have a very crazy week, and I think it's going to get a lot weirder. Just something in the air. I can feel something about it. Anyway, that's all the price news. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, data from on-chain crypto information aggregator Glassnode. They've indicated that the number of Bitcoin held on centralized exchanges has fallen by roughly 20% in the last year. The data suggests investors are accumulating Bitcoin and withdrawing them from exchanges into cold storage, creating a supply crunch, which is what we've been talking about for the last 6 to 7 months. Once again, I say these things on the channel so that you all know about it. I don't want anyone saying they didn't know that all this was taking place in about 6 to 12 months from now when the market has completely gone insane. Just understand, people are buying it and they're taking it off of exchanges. They're putting it into cold storage, onto a ledger, onto a laptop, into a mountain somewhere, which is also something that people are doing. And at that point, the amount of Bitcoin on the crypto exchanges continues to go down. Why? Because Bitcoin's finite. And all the new Bitcoin that's being mined is being purchased by the mega companies. So the supply continues getting lower and lower and lower until there's none left on cryptocurrency exchanges. Why? Because math. Because eventually there won't be any on cryptocurrency exchanges. He said, hashtag Bitcoin balance on exchanges taking another dive. On the 6th of March, Glassnode also shared data revealing that coins purchased during 2021 were not moved at a loss during the late February dip. According to their analysis, the firm's HODL waves metric, which measures the time since coins were last moved on chain, also points to increasing accumulation activity. What? That's crazy. How did they get that? HODL waves data published on the 22nd of February indicated 57% of Bitcoin supply has not moved in more than 1 year. However, more than 1/3 of said Bitcoin has not moved in more than 5 years, suggesting that a significant portion of the coins may have been lost. We've gone over that as well before. For those of you who don't know, usually a lot of the metrics assume that if Bitcoin went from $200 to $40,000, that people would go, oh, snaps, I have Bitcoin on a computer. Let me take it off and put it somewhere new. But as it hasn't moved, maybe the people forgot about it. Maybe they threw away the computer, which only then lowers the actual circulating supply of Bitcoin that we have out there. Here's the actual chart right here for those of you who are interested. Here's the price of Bitcoin going up. And then here's the scarcity of Bitcoin on cryptocurrency exchanges. This is going to continue. We're going to continue seeing this number drop more and more, especially as Bitcoin becomes more valuable. There are a number of crypto exchanges out there who restrict you from taking your money off of the exchange as prices increase. So people are like, well, it's this price now. If it goes to this price, I should maybe take it off so that I can actually withdraw my money, because a lot of people won't be able to. Anyway, that's the balance exchange Glassnode chart X-Men news. And without further ado, let's move on. I think this is also the same exact thing. Yup. Bitcoin exchange outflows continue as on-chain support settles at 47,000. Also popular news. Let's move on. Next up, the IOTA protocol is continuing its pivot towards implementing smart contracts with an alpha release of the IOTA Smart Contracts Protocol, or ISCP. As announced on Thursday, the project has released a more stable iteration of its smart contracts platform, which was previously in the pre-alpha stage. The pre-alpha, alpha, pre-beta, beta. gamma stage. The new version signals a higher readiness of the technology, allowing developers to compile and test smart contracts for the first time. The smart contracts are based on Rust and the WebAssembly framework, putting it in a similar development environment as some of the more recent smart contract platforms like Polkadot and Near Protocol. Never heard of Near Protocol, but I assume it's popular because all the weird stuff is popular these days. So cool. I guess this also explains why a couple of days ago, remember we kept on seeing IOTA's price rise, and I was like, but I guess the idea being that once Cardano has smart contracts, the same as what do I always say? These are all computers based on the same kind of protocols, and they can all be upgraded to do the exact same thing. So this is why they all have smart contracts, and they're all trying to get into NFTs, and they all had ICOs and So I guess the idea being that once it has a proper iteration of smart contracts, people will start building on it, and I assume there has to be some locking up of the IOTA as well in some sort of way or iteration. Cool. IOTA's chugging along. I mean, it's a slow train, but they've held on for I don't know how long. They came out in 2015 or 2016. I want to say somewhere within that time frame, and people, I'll put it to you this way. The same exact way that people keep screaming at me in the comment section that this coin is going to overtake Ethereum or XRP or Bitcoin and all this other stuff, that was IOTA back then. And I was like, sure, if it does it, it does it, but it didn't, so it won't. So good. I wonder what's happening with they had, I think the biggest news that we ever had from IOTA was their partnership with Jaguar Land Rover, or Land Rover Jaguar. Doesn't really matter. But I wonder what happens to that. Anyway, that's the IOTA news. And let's move on. In the second most popular news story of the day after the XRP thing, Norwegian oil and energy company Akerasa, that is Akerasa, has officially announced that it is floating a new firm called CTAS, these names, that is CSEETEEAS, to dedicatedly focus on investing in the Bitcoin ecosystem and the overall blockchain market. Once again, a Norwegian oil company is buying Bitcoin. As per the announcement, CTAS will start with an initial capital of $58 million. Aker said that it plans to keep all its liquid investable assets in cryptocurrency. Once again, an oil company in Norway is buying $58 million worth of Bitcoin, and they want to keep all of their liquid assets in crypto. Aker is the second firm to commit such a huge capital to Bitcoin in the last 2 days. On Sunday, a software company in China called Meitu, that is MEITU, pledged $40 million to crypto. I believe it was $18 million to Bitcoin and $22 million to Ethereum. This made Meitu the first public listed Chinese company to officially declare its Bitcoin exposure. Very popular news all over the place. Everyone's like, I can't believe they're doing this. That doesn't make any sense. They like oil, not digital stuff. Once again, every time that a company comes forward, there are 9 others who are not, who are simply accumulating because they want the prices to remain as low as possible. I don't know if it's vanity where people come forward and say, hey, look at that. We're also getting into Bitcoin. Not really sure what it is. But alas, yes. And I think maybe the news is also because he's a billionaire. So that is the news, I guess. This happens every single day. Every single day. Yeah, not really much more to say about that. Except for that, I guess we could have all expected this. And so a lot of times when I read around as to why prices are pumping, it's like, because this happened, because that happened. More like prices went up because this billionaire bought into Bitcoin, as opposed to being like, the 118 other companies that we heard from are probably buying at least 1 Bitcoin per day, at least. So we know that all the Bitcoin that's being created is being taken off the market. They're also buying from exchanges and over the counter, and Bitcoin is finite. Anyway, that's the Norway news. I'm sure we're going to get some news like this tomorrow, and people will go, that's the reason Once again, not considering that the companies that we've heard about already are continuing to buy as well. They haven't simply stopped because they're no longer in the press. That's the Norway news. Moving on. Next up, Musky's in the news once again. Elon Musk once again gave Dogecoin another free publicity release? PR, Puerto Rico. This is coming not long after the Tesla boss made a series of tweets about the dog-themed cryptocurrency, which seems to have influenced a positive surge in the value in the past. In a recent tweet, the billionaire entrepreneur mentioned the cryptocurrency in a manner which some would find chucklesome. He tweeted, "Doge spelled backwards is e-god." The tweet has since gained over 300,000 and 70,000 likes. Oh, 370,000 like that. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. In the past day, suggesting the idea of reaching a large audience. So, the news is, when I paused, I thought I was alone and I forgot that I was making a video again. I don't know why that keeps happening. Maybe I'm just getting old. Anyway, the point is, Elon Musk tweeted about Dogecoin. I think the price of Dogecoin rose. E-god. E-god. Let's move on. And to finish things off, this is getting ridiculous. Everyone, please understand that a lot of this is hype and you might lose money. Fast food chain Taco Bell has just sold its first batch of taco-themed digital collectibles on the NFT marketplace called Rarible, Taco Bell. And they were snapped up in a flash. The tacos were sold as non-fungible tokens, unique digital items that can represent gifts, artwork, or even short video clips. They said, "Our spicy potato soft tacos can now live in your hearts, stomachs, and digital wallets." And that was the tweet that they sent out. Taco Bell created 5 different NFTs. Wow. Selling them in batches of 5. The collectibles were put on sale for 0.001 Ether, around $1.79, which is quite cheap. Yeah. But the company would receive 0.01% of future sales, with all proceeds going to the Taco Bell Foundation, which focused on helping young people find careers. Okay, that's nice. Okay. That's nice. Anyway, Taco Bell, terrible. Taco Bell created NFTs. I mean, listen, if you like buying NFTs, if that's kind of your thing, by all means, please go for it. But a lot of this is getting kind of ridiculous. Even the Banksy thing. So, can't help it. Just woke up. It is what it is. What more can I actually say? This was very popular news. I think we are roughly around, I want to say June, July 2017 time frame as far as hype in the market. We have not reached the peak, I assure you, but in 2017 we had a lot of companies coming forward, creating ICOs, creating their own coins and adding blockchain into their name. And I think NFTs are appearing to be the ICOs of 2017, but we still haven't reached peak nonsense yet. I thought people digitizing or NFTing their tweets was insane, but digital tacos might have taken the cake, or the taco in this case. Anyway, that's the Taco Bell news. See how it sounds a little weird when we're talking about, the collapse of the US dollar and the Bitcoin rising to $1 million, and then Taco Bell makes the news. At least they're helping people find jobs. That I'll give them. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: Bolero Bastos, Crayola Michelle URL, On Crypto with Lionel, Tigara Machonisa, Bake Me a Cake, Arfmedic17, Anytime Fitness Monks, Corner Staff, Bodie McBoatface, yes to Crypto, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day, Minting Coins, Jeremy Fox, Jim Gardner, Anthony Charles, Nick Mangialavori, Paxis, Vlad the Impaler, Richie Rich 3, Setsuna, Damien, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Bankroll Network 242 to the World, Wise Night Owl, Jared Schneider, Master Ventures in Thailand, Moher Maroney, Adam Graysick, Todd Mullis, A Bibliophobia, The Animal Reader, John Sarson, Nostromo, Martin Steuer, Joshua Vineyard, Moonman High, XRP, Utopia 569, Oscar Maldonado, Yasha Harari, Attila the Han, David James, Navarro Williams, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Tolek Banan, Snacky Chan, Conan Don't Skip Leg Day, Pater Noster, Crypto Stahl, Need a Miracle, Space Case, Troy Allgood, Barebones Mining, Quoted Biddy, Lauren De Silva, Miguel Grole, VB Nerd, 21, Jojo Shaw Show, Mo Barazzi, and Carlos was like, Professor Wally from Gunbot University. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel who clicked the little join button below. Thank you to everyone who has left the thumbs up, who has left a comment or two, everyone who has subscribed, and everyone who is still listening to my voice. At the moment, Bitcoin is at 54,119 US dollars. You can see these, it doesn't look that dramatic, but when you zoom in, there's a lot of spikes. I mean, like very, I don't want to say violent spikes, but it is definitely like, what is going on? Like there are people desperately trying to lower it so that they can get more. Ethereum's at 1,836. It is up by 8.79 percentile. Binance Coin is up by 8%. Cardano's only up by 1. Kind of surprising. Polkadot is up by 6.56. XRP is up by 4.5. You can see this as well. People try, like desperately, they just leave other people's coins alone. Just leave them alone. It's absolute nonsense. Litecoin is up by 9. Chainlink is up by 9. Dogecoin is up by 4. Guess a lot of the tweet hype may have dissipated. Wrapped Bitcoin is, of course, going up because that's the Bitcoin price. Theta is up by 15. Luna is up by 29%. Oh my gosh, golly goodness. Cosmos is up by 5. Monero is up by 8. Anything else substantial? VeChain Thor is up by 12. Tezos is up by 10. FTX token with $70 million in trading volume. That means everyone in the world is trading it. Nope, that's not what it means. Is up by 13%. What a pump. Neo's up by 10%. Algorand is up by 8%. Synthetics is up by 5. The Graph is up by 8. Dash is up by almost 11% for no gosh darn reason. Compound is up by 3.5%. Kusama is up by, just shot up to 11%. Oh my gosh. Pancake Swap, you know, the coin we all love the most, is up by 14.5%. Near Protocol is up by 24%. And Chills is up by 110%. So you see, as we go lower in the coins, they just stop making a lot of sense. But if only Bitcoin was pumping that way, because, if only Bitcoin was being adopted. But I guess it's not, so alas, here we are. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, or great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.